Hey guys, Petrus Wilson here, and I thought I'd teach you guys all about how to make artillery. You know, those big cannons and Scorpios and all those things you see that everyone brings in to destroy you completely? Yeah, those things. The main thing to remember about artillery is that there is so many ways to get them. You can either craft them, you can buy them off the marketplace, you can get them from random reward crates. You can get them from unit components or artillery components by trading them into the siege engineer. But the best way to do it usually is the crafting, mostly because it doesn't cost you so much silver to do so. Artillery comes in many different flavors and sizes, but the main thing to always remember is each one is situational. Culverins are very good at shaping single targets, not so good at taking out multiple ones. Cannons can take out multiple targets, but not so good at taking out single targets, and also their damage is a little weaker because of their spread out. Ballistas are good at sniping heroes. Grape shot cannons are close range shotguns. Mortars just destroy everything. And Hawachas are machine guns that are only useful at purple. Sorry, guys. As well as some specialties like the Great Bombard, but that's just a scary piece of artillery that kills anything. Things to remember when you want to get artillery is never go to the artillery shop because these are overpriced, expensive, and a waste of time. You have better ways to use your silver. If you run over here, or basically in any town, the people you want to see to start crafting artillery are the gunsmith and the refinery overseer. The refinery overseer allows you to make materials for artillery, like say you need some copper. You take what each level has different types, or each level is the same component material, but it'll take less the higher you go. So you'd say you want to make 200 copper. It takes 2,000 of the gray copper material to make that. But if I went to Dignite, the blue material, the blue resource, and I put 200, it only takes 1,400. Basically, how it works is usually with the crafting system is you put your amount you want. It tells you how much it's going to it tells you how expensive it is, and it'll tell you also how long it'll take. You want to hit start. It'll lock you into a little process where it starts kind of making the materials. You don't have to stay staring at the screen. You can exit out. You can run around. You can do whatever you want. You can even go into battles, which I would not recommend, because once it's done, it'll pop up with a simple little screen and say, whenever it gets off my screen, it'll stop what you're doing and it'll say, hey, your coarse copper is made. It's in your wagon. Anything you make in the crafting system will go directly to your wagon. Now, that's how refining green resources work. When you need to get into the higher stuff, you understand that it takes exotics. You get them as you collect resources anyway, but each one of these are used to make, higher level artillery, or higher level materials for higher level artilleries and unit kits. So keep in mind that when you want those big purple and blue cannons, or whatever you're looking for, you have to make sure you're getting as much of the exotic as well as the resource. Which makes me to another thing. If you have an abundance of resources, and you can't fit it in your supply dump, because I doubt everybody's buying the new thing, especially with the newer players, you can use those resources and sell them on the marketplace for silver. What you do is you put it for a decent price, and it may not be a lot of silver, but at the same time, you're farming for exotics and you don't need all this excess resource. And silver will be used to make your unit kits and artillery. So, basically, farm for the exotic, give your excess into the marketplace, sell it to other players who are using them for fief quest, and, you know, building stuff themselves, and move on. It's the best way to do it, so you have a good round out process where you're getting silver and exotics and everything else to make the higher level artillery. But like I was saying, going back, so it takes exotics to do blue artillery and purple. Purple is only used for unit kits. You don't have to worry about that. So you only want to focus on blue materials. Now, when you go to the gunsmith, the artillery craftsman, there's only going to be a certain list available, because in Season 3 they separated and split up the artillery among fiefs, so you'll have to go where that artillery can be made, and only usually the higher level stuff can be made at level 6 to 7, depending on what it is. So if your house or cohort owns a high level fief, you can go over there and craft the material. Or if you're neutral to certain houses that own it, they will charge you a workshop tax, but still allow you to make the artillery and materials as well. I'm in Riverside in Angevaria, which allows you to do well-made mortars. One of my favorite artillery in the game. Unfortunately, I can't build it though. I've got everything else, but I don't have my cast iron. So what I'll do is I'll run over here, refine blue cast iron, just 100 of it. Wait a few seconds, as it doesn't take long for shorter periods. Grab my cast iron, go over here, and build me my mortar. The thing to remember is, if you look at the artillery that you can buy, all of it is overpriced. For the cost of crafting the resources and crafting the artillery itself, it's still gonna be cheaper than buying one single artillery from me over either a field camp or the artillery component, and definitely off the marketplace. People are scamming you on the marketplace. Do not buy it off there. If you're desperate, sure, but it's more rewarding to do the work that you need to get the artillery. Anyway, guys, I hope this was helpful, and I hope you guys can now understand the ins and outs of artillery crafting. It doesn't take much. It's really not that hard, and get out there and start making up your big mortars so you can go crush your enemies. In the meantime, this is Petrus, and y'all take care.